in downtown Berlin, in the Jewish sector, where people were rounded up and sent to the concentration camps during World War II. There's now a memorial where you can place a stone in remembrance of those who passed.
If you take a stone to a dead person, you can bury him again and give him respect, even if you don't know him.
James Disciple Johnson, founder of Disciple Christian Motorcycle Club. And while traveling in Berlin, I met a Jewish friend who showed me some of the history in the Jewish sector in downtown Berlin.
So we're here at the Berlin Wall, and it's now pretty much an art studio. But this used to be the divider between East and West Germany, between communism and freedom.
I was traveling around Berlin with Andreas, the cameraman, Thomas, the cultural ambassador, and the Double Blondes, who are promoting Double Blonde beer. And also, I met someone else.
Introduce yourself. Who are you?
I'm Markus Busses, and you have a camera and operator, but he's still looking for his batting spot.
I can't.
And you're here in Berlin, Berlin Wall, really, the really wall, and you are here hosted by me.
Marcus is an actor, and being around him is a little crazy, but he was sharing about his Jewish roots with me and giving me a tour of the Jewish sector of Berlin.
It's a little bit too much.
You can't tell anybody what happened in there.
No.
All right, no. Very good.
Now we were being driven around by the Double Blondes, who are promoting their new German beer company, Double Blonde. And they were doing this because, of course, I'm a YouTuber and he's an actor and Thomas is the cultural ambassador. So they were trying to help out while promoting their product. But I very much appreciate the fact the Double Blondes gave us a ride around Berlin in such a nice vehicle. The police heavily guard the Jewish section of Berlin, and so the synagogue has 2 police officers on post at all times, and we had to have special permission to film there.
This here is the oldest synagogue, the synagogue of Mitte Berlin, and this is a tribute to, obviously, the Nazis took the Jews out of this sector of Berlin, and it's a very interesting moment right now to think about what happened in this area so many years ago. This is the Jewish School of Berlin, and what's unusual about the wall here is that you can see the bullet holes from the Nazi fighting. And so that's literally what's in the wall here at the Jewish school, is the actual bullet holes here. This is where there was actual fighting. The place that we are right now is where the Jews would be gathered during World War II and taken 80 meters to the train station to Dachau. And one thing that they do here is they take a stone and they put it on this monument here in memory that you're burying those who lived before.
If you take a stone to a dead person, you can bury him again and give him respect, even if you don't know him.
Here we are at the Holocaust Memorial. A remembrance of the many graves that were caused here in Berlin during the Second World War. And it's a very unusual place. Very unusual. In the middle of Berlin. Here in the Holocaust Memorial, it's very strange. The big concrete walls, like sarcophagus. And this is the remembrance that it should never happen again. And I think here are the tears of the people whose relatives have died. One thing you'll find a lot of here in Berlin is these unusual brass squares that'll be all over a cobblestone area in specific spots of Berlin. These show the name of some of the Jews who were deported to Auschwitz and other concentration camps during World War II. Take a moment in remembrance here on the River Spree in Berlin. Even the way the city was rebuilt after World War II, the difference between West Berlin and East Berlin in the architecture, the way things look, even the attitudes of the people. Sometimes you run into folks that in East Berlin that just don't want to talk to you. Don't say hello when you say something to them. They look pinched and unhappy. And then you go to West Berlin and you run into people that say, hello, how are you? It's very strange. It's a different place. I don't quite understand it, but there's definitely a split still, even now, in the culture and architecture of East and West Berlin. Well, we're here at the Reichstag, which is like the German Parliament or Congress, and we're being filmed by Andreas, and this is us making a selfie for Andreas and for Thomas. So the two of them are going to take a video of us while we do this. What do you think?
Yes, that's good.
One thing you see a lot of here in Berlin is reminders of World War II, of the Jews who were deported out of the city. The Holocaust Memorial, the place where you can place a stone on the grave of the dead in remembrance. And even these small squares here that you'll find all over Berlin that are on the pavement. They're brass reminders. Take a look.